What's going on, everybody? You already know who it is. I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a little baby whoa type of beat. This is what it sounds like. Be breaking this beat down, and I'm gonna show you guys how not only I made this, but I'm also gonna be giving you gems such as melody tips, arrangement tips, and as well as other little gems that you can apply to your production, and you can spice up any beat. It's really universal, and you can apply it to any genre or any DAW. I did make this beat in a session, and I figured, you know what, this would be a pretty cool YouTube video, so why not? Before I start, I want to say I hit 10K on this YouTube channel, and I thank you so much. And now to see everything just blossoming organically, it's just, I'm grateful. It's a great way to start off 2020. There's going to be a lot more great things. So I'm going to turn off the effects so that way I can kind of break everything down and show you guys bit by bit. So I started off with this melody here. Now this melody is very simple, but it's also very melodic as well. Now if you listen to the little baby song Woah, it's not too much going on. There's not a lot of switch ups. The reason why I like these kind of melodies is because these melodies allow the artist a lot of room, as well as allow you a lot of room to do things with the arrangement and the 808s and the drums. If you start out simple and do things bit by bit, it can make a big difference. So to make melodies like this, what I like to do is I like to go to my scale helpers and then just drop a scale in here. This is an F minor. If you download the scale helpers and you go all the way to the bottom, it's going to be that scale. So this is an F minor. So with melodies, I like to start off right at the root note. So I like to have something like this and then just have something very consistent and then just start adding complementary notes and then add a little variation there so it doesn't get boring. And then I guess on the second half, I could just bring these down. Let's hear how it sounds right now. So I'm going to duplicate this and then I'm going to bring this down to A sharp, and then I guess I'll do that and then bring this up. So this is what it sounds like. So from there, what I can do is I can just go and bring these notes down to different octaves lower. So what I like to do is, instead of making it into full-on chords like this, make them all into chords. And if you don't know, just skip a note. Take the middle note out. In previous videos, I've shared before that when you make chords, the most important notes are the third and the seventh. If you take the middle note away and the seventh note away, those are the notes that add the character and the color to the chord. And then from there, I'll just add little complementary notes. I could do something like that, but honestly, I'm just showing you the method that creates movement. So to illustrate movement, think of it like this. I have the most important notes right here that are the arpeggiator, right? They carry a certain movement, right? And then I have the second most important notes, which are these, which basically follow these bass notes, and they can be chords, but they give a lot more character to the melody. Notes up here, I can change those out. I could take those out at certain times. I could always switch it up. I could do different things to it. I could also take away certain octaves in the arrangement and then also add them, so that way I could have different variations, which is what I did if you look at the arrangement. Not to jump too far, but I have this labeled as the bass melody right here. Everything revolves around the bass melody. So the bass melody is the chorus. Everything that leads into the chorus and then the verse has to fit around the bass melody. If the drums are weak and it doesn't fit the bass melody, then everything is off. Now before I go into this melody right here, I'm gonna start with the drums so that way you can get more of a better understanding. So with these kind of beats, you just gotta really keep it very simple. Now the first thing I did was I came out with these snares, and then I decided to drop the hi-hats in and kind of do hi-hat rolls where they felt right. usually right before or after the snare. And the open hat. Then of course I had a layer crash, and then I had a really consistent 808. It's gonna sound like this. Now you see what I mean by the melody being simple and everything revolving around the melody. If I wanted to, I can have the 808 a different pattern when the verse hits. I could just make unique. Say if I wanted the verse to have a different switch up with the 808, so I'd bring it up an octave and then start adding different rolls and just different variation to it, so that way it has a whole different feel to it. Usually in Woah type of beats, there's always switch ups on the 808s. So there would be like the main 808, and then around the verse or whatever, there'll be like a different kind of pattern to the 808. That way everything isn't so stagnant. Reason being is because the melody is so simple that if you keep hearing it, you could get tired of it and it could just feel like one endless loop. That's just really a way to trick the ear. If you listen to a lot of like Jetson's beats, he does that a lot actually. You can go crazy with the drums, just don't go overboard. Now for this melody right here, I decided to use a one shot from my upcoming one shot kit that I will announce soon, and I have a video on that. But I did decide to use this because I felt like it was really unique. This is what the chorus melody sounds like, with chorus, a little bit of side chain, a little bit of delay, and a little bit of EQ just to clean it up a bit. So to get into a bit of the mixing, before I rendered everything to a wave, I went inside the VST and I turned the reverb off. The reason why I did that was because when you have different VSTs, you're mixing all these different reverbs, and that's making your beat sound cluttered and muddy, and then you're going to be doing unnecessary things to try to make it sound good. So I rather just have everything linked to one, and then that way everything can sound glued together. It saves you a ton of headaches, and not only does it help your CPU out, but it also helps your mix sound more together. It sounds more glued. I like using reverbs and turning them down real low and using them as textures because it can help save me a ton of time and everything feels glued together. Listen to how abrupt this is. Now, when I turn the reverb on, listen to it now. Now when this instrument comes in, it's going to sound better. It's going to sound all together. So I'll put the chorus melody and the main melody to ascend, and then I use this free reverb on Native Instruments called ROM, and it actually sounds really good. I'm gonna have it linked down in the description, and I definitely recommend it, and it's free, so I definitely recommend you get that. Now to get into the arrangement, you know, I kept it very simple. Like I said, every 4 bars, you know, drop offs here and there if you listen. This is the whole structure right here. Just little, you know, little changes here and there. When it comes to arrangement, I'm not trying to go too crazy because it's really not necessary. So that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I gave you some sauce and shit like that. That's how you make one of those kind of beats. Thank you guys for 10K once again. I have ambient samples linked down below. There's like 2 gigabytes full of like sample chops that you can use for inspiration, you can use for whatever. They're actual samples and not loops, so go crazy with them. Cop some kits down below. The link's gonna be down below. And yeah, I'm gonna put out another video, a really fire video actually soon. And I'm gonna announce a really fire kit. So subscribe, comment down below what else you guys want to see and anything that you have questions about. I want you guys to start 2020 on the right foot because 1 year, 1 song, whatever can change your whole life. That's fact. Kanye used to sell beats for like $500, and then after Blueprint, he sold them for like $30K. So stay working and I'll see you later.